Listen, Donald Trump has shown a repeated inability to negotiate any deals on behalf of the American people, and it's incredibly harmful. Only hours after the House passed this devastating bill, Trump stood on the tarmac at Joint Base Andrews and said he's basically throwing in the towel on his trade agenda as well, meaning the same day that he's screwing over the American people en masse, screwing over the most vulnerable communities with his domestic policy, he is also just giving up with his foreign policy, as he announced that he is sending a letter to countries en masse, and he's giving up on negotiating trade deals one by one, which shows that he not only chickens out, but again, his inability to negotiate any deals on behalf of the American people hurt us, and we have to continue to spread the message. My name is Adam Mockler. I run a YouTube channel of my own that you can find in the description below, but I want to run you all through in a very concise way what happened today and the Republicans' absolutely inhumane reaction, and how this all ties back to Trump just not being able to do anything for the American people. So let's start here. Right after this bill was passed, we had Republican Derek Van Orden, a congressman from Wisconsin's 3rd Congressional District, posting in response to a tweet that reads, 17 million people just lost healthcare, 18 million kids just lost school meals, 3 million Americans just lost food assistance, and much more. This congressman from Wisconsin's 3rd Congressional Districts responds, yes, just in all caps, yes. Not long later, he deleted the tweet, but Republicans are like enjoying the cruelty of this bill being passed. Only moments after it was passed, Mike Johnson and Republicans began chanting USA on the House floor.
Did vote yes.
The yeas are 218, the nays are 214. The motion is adopted.
Yeah, nothing screams I love America like passing a bill that will jeopardize people's health, increase hunger, exacerbate hardships for millions of families, including those with children, pregnant women, seniors, and people with disabilities. Yeah, they really love America. What about the study that shows that 51,000 easily preventable deaths could happen nationwide solely due to this bill? It is absolutely sick. And on top of that, AOC points out, quote, I don't think anyone is prepared for what they just did with ICE. This is not a simple budget increase. It is an explosion, making ICE bigger than the FBI, the U.S. Bureau of Prisons, the DEA, and others combined. It is setting up to make what's happening now look like child's play, and people are disappearing. This is another key conversation that we need to be having. Yes, we need to talk about the debt in healthcare and Medicaid relentlessly, but the increased budget to ICE is also terrifying at a time when ICE is stripping away people's basic constitutional rights, when they're camping at courthouses, waiting for people to come for their day in court, and then detaining them and deporting them with little to no due process. It is disgusting, and ICE now has a 360% increase in resources. Now, to get here, we have seen a long week of chaos, divided Congress. Obviously, politicians were fighting, and the bill's passage was razor thin, which highlights the deep divisions even within Trump's own party. Some people have called it the big ugly betrayal. A lot of MAGA Republicans, or fiscal hawks that are Republicans, are not happy with this bill because it doesn't help the American people whatsoever. Trump has an inability, again, to negotiate anything on behalf of the American people, and he said as much while he was standing on the tarmac for Joint Base Andrews. He said that he's essentially sending a letter en masse because he doesn't want to deal with 170 different trade deals. Watch this clip.
Sir, you signed a trade deal with Vietnam yesterday. Great deal, 40% on transshipping. Can we expect any more of that before next week, sir?
So we have a couple of other deals, but my inclination is to send a letter out and saying what tariff they're going to be paying. It's just much easier. We have, far more than 170 countries. And how many deals can you make? And you can make good deals, but they're very much more complicated. I'd rather, and I've been like this from the beginning, I'd rather send out a letter saying this is what you're going to pay to do business in the United States. And I think it'll be well received. I think it's just so many countries. And then they go specific. Let's do this, let's do that, beef, ethanol. And I'd rather just do a simple deal where you can maintain it and control it. You're going to pay a 20% or 25 or 30% tariff.
You brought in a record
And
amount.
we're going to be sending some letters out starting probably tomorrow, maybe 10 a day, to various countries saying what they're going to pay to do business with the U.S.
So Trump's negotiation tactic to end a trade war that he started, by the way, is to just do a mass mailing campaign. Dude, you declared a trade war, not just on targeted countries or targeted industries, but on the world. And when they didn't take you seriously, you're now doing a mass mailing campaign, trying to send out letters en masse and hoping that they now take you seriously. This is what I mean when I say he can't negotiate to save his life. If he were able to, he would have recognized the value in the JCPOA, or the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action that Obama negotiated with Iran, and he wouldn't have shredded that. He wasn't able to negotiate anything to replace it, so what happens? We end up getting sucked into another Middle Eastern war. He can't negotiate any of the trade deals of the war that he started. He can't negotiate anything for the American people that doesn't just help the richest of the rich. It is an absolute mess. And as he's standing on the tarmac after, he's asked what kind of deals he cut with Republicans, and he just said, no deals. I cut no deals. It's just such a good bill. They wanted to vote on it.
Mr. President.
Some House Republicans that were concerned about the bill said that they had conversations with you where you made some comments. What comments did you make? Did you tell Representative Pai that he's got some action on gun rights? What sort of deals did you make with those?
Well, I talked to a lot of different Republicans in doing it, and we had a good time in being there. I did not have much of a problem with any of them. As you know, we had 2 negative votes, but we had whatever it was, the final vote. Yeah, I think a few of them I did, but I think they would have gone yes anyway.
What were the deals?
No deals, no deals. What I did is we talked about how good the bill is. I mean, that's a deal, I guess, when you think about it. But obviously convinced them, but it was not hard. This is a great bill. This is going to be a great bill.
Mr. President.
Yeah, these Republicans think the bill is so good that they're asking for targeted exemptions for their state. Imagine being someone like Lisa Murkowski and being okay with an exemption just for your state, but then inflicting the damage and the economic harm of this bill across the rest of the country. Trump ran on making things more affordable. He ran on ending inflation, whatever that means. It's not even possible. So even if we put aside the trade war that he started, which we shouldn't, the trade war is very important because now he can't end it. Even if we did put that aside, think about the cost increase of the average American family that this is going to, create. Jessica Tarlov of Fox News posted one of her friends that has access to My Blue Access PPO premium for Medicaid, and their premium just raised an insane amount. This reads, here is our monthly premium to continue our policy in 2026 without tax credits. So $27,810 per year. That's for both of us. We pay $385 now. So from $385 to $2,317 a month. From $4,620 a year to $27,000 per year. That is a 500% increase directly caused by this bill. On top of that, Trump can't end the trade wars. On top of that, there is no Iran deal in the works that is going to replace what Obama had. Trump's inability to negotiate a deal is going to drive the country off of a cliff, and I'm going to leave it there. If you appreciate the work we do on the Adam Mockler channel, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to MeidasTouch and my channel in the description below. I'll see you all in the next video, and peace out.
The truth is more important than ever. Check out our new Truth Over Lies collection at store.meidastouch.com. All 100% USA union made.